for the closing remarks. I don't want to be ahead of what's coming, but the last thing that we're going to do is to read the statement of the Madrid statement for under comprehension, respect, and freedom. The text of the declaration that is going to be read is in the materials that have been handed to you this morning. You have a two-color book with the logos of this Congress. You have it in English and in Spanish in that book. It's going to be read, and it's also going to be interpreted by our collaborators. While we read the text of this declaration, of this statement, by way of closing for this Congress, you will be able to adhere this statement as individuals and also as associations. Anybody who's listening this Congress over the internet, they can adhere if they access the webpage of this Congress. It's being displayed on the slide. You just need to enter your data in the form, and therefore we will register your support. I hope this is something that millions or thousands of people do. Thank you in advance for your support.
Declaración de Madrid.
Declaration of Madrid for Understanding, Respect, and Freedom. Madrid, 21st February 2008. The so-called gender perspective was first introduced on the international agenda to guarantee equality of opportunity and equality of rights between men and women. Today, it has become an authentic gender ideology with objectives that are dangerous for democracy and also different. Gender ideology has been used violently, and it has turned into what could be a fair cause into a lie. Experts and scientists from different fields, medical, legal, political, legal, social, and political, representatives of non-governmental organizations from around the world, and homosexual people gathered in Madrid to discuss the strategies and consequences of the gender ideology movement. Conference attendees have reached the following conclusions that we would like to share with the public and the media. There is a lot of work to be done in the quest for full respect for all individuals in the education system and in society in general. It's still necessary to educate and, in certain cases, to legislate to avoid violence against children and adults due to cultural differences, sex, physical differences such as obesity or disability, or instances of gender dysphoria or same-sex attractions. In our society, there are people that suffer, and these people should be taken care of and protected from acts of violence. But we also believe that there is more than one approach to help them. For example, in cases of gender dysphoria in children, some people advocate for stopping their puberty and prescribing them hormones of the opposite sex for the rest of their lives. However, many prestigious scientists and medical studies have shown that this approach is harmful. Other solutions need to be explored, and the issues must be studied in greater depth. The parents of these minors and others who are close to them, even their educators, also suffer and hope for the best solution for their sons and daughters. These children should not be used as human weapons in an ideological battle. In the name of freedom, freedom is being eliminated. Gender ideology advocates are violating fundamental rights and freedoms under the guise of promoting equality and respect for diversity. There is censorship. Other people are being called homophobic, transphobic, and other dismissive insults. People who they're calling these people who don't agree with this, with their approaches. Scientific discussion is being censored. Many transsexual and homosexual people have been and still are victims of the gender ideology movement. Even the media surrenders to LGBTI groups because they are afraid of the economic consequences that may come with expressing disapproval for their gender ideology lobby. Laws euphemistically adjudged to be against discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation, identity, or the expression of gender and sexual characteristics are, in reality, attempts to establish monolithic thinking on issues where freedom of opinion and debate should prevail. In Spain, an example in the LGBTI law promoted by the political left party Podemos is an example. The law aims to apply economic fines, prison sentences, and other punishments for the crime of not being in agreement with the gender ideology movement approach to treating children with gender dysphoria. Some of these treatments are considered currently a form of child abuse, even in countries that have been using them for a long time. These laws also propose mandatory indoctrination of minors on concepts such as sexual diversity, family diversity, and gender dysphoria. And they want to enshrine the possibility of one being able to choose one's gender without difficulty, even to children between the ages of 5 and 8. This pseudo-scientific indoctrination is contrary to the right of parents to educate their children according to their own values. These values are not discriminatory nor violent. They are just different from what gender ideology advocates want. The First International Conference on Gender, Sex and Education has declared the truth on complex topics related to the pain and experiences of real people. We are sure that the truth will help to alleviate suffering. We want to defend the right of children to not be manipulated and indoctrinated by gender ideology. We want to defend the right of parents to educate their children in freedom, and we want to defend the right and responsibility of scientists to work and share the research without constraint from gag laws. These scientists are doing their job and searching for the truth. Gender ideology is not the way to tackle gender dysphoria and other issues related to human sexuality. Under the guise of solving a problem, gender ideology advocates seek to impose a vision with ideological roots. We publicly condemn the strategy of the gender ideology lobby, which includes deceit and coercion. It is even more concerning when this agenda is enshrined in laws that institutionalize the prosecution and restriction of free speech, that prohibits some health professionals from speaking their mind or treating their patients, and the imposition of an incorrect vision of sexuality in school. Even worse, legislation is being considered that would prosecute parents who refuse to go along with the gender ideology. In the face of these threats, the First International Conference on Gender, Sex and Education maintains hope in the strength of the truth, science and democracy, and freedom of speech. Finally, we appeal to civil society and urge both organizations and individuals to actively defend people who are censored by the gender ideology movement. Everyone can be a guardian of freedom of speech through the tools available in a healthy democracy. This is a necessary component of ensuring that the tyrannical features of gender ideology do not prosper. Ultimately, it is necessary to demand respect for those who suffer and guarantee freedom for those who can help them. Speakers of the First International Conference on Gender, Sex and Education: Miriam Ben Shalom, USA, teacher and activist, former sergeant of the USA Army, founder of the Gay, Lesbian and Bisexual Veterans of America Association. Agustín Laje, Argentina, political scientist, journalist and writer. Rubén Navarro, Spain, lawyer, human rights specialist. He has worked for the Holy See and for Alliance Defense Freedom International. Michelle Cretella, USA, Doctor of Medicine, President of the American College of Pediatricians. Glenn Stanton, USA, Doctor of Philosophy, History and Religion, Director of Studies on the Focus of the family organization. Paul Cruz, physician specialized in pediatric endocrinology, graduating on chemistry and biochemistry, and doctor of philosophy, member of the multidisciplinary attention program of developmental sexual disorders in Washington University in St. Louis, Missouri. Gabrielle Kubi, Germany, sociologist, writer, and author of the book The Global Sexual Revolution, Destruction of Freedom in the Name of Freedom, translated into 13 languages. Walt Heyer, USA, male, underwent a sex reassignment operation that he regretted and then returned to his biological sex. Thank you very much for your attendance. Thank you very much, everybody.
Muchas gracias, queridos amigos.
Thank you very much, dear friends. Quite quickly, I would like to thank you for staying here all day and enduring also not the program today, but also enduring the threats of those advocates for the gender ideology. Thank you for being with us, and thank you to all the organizations that have adhered to this declaration. We have 50 organizations from 17 countries. These are the names of those organizations.
Asociación Cívica España.
Asociación Cultural Amemos de España.
Asociación Editorial Tradicionalista España.
Asociación Europea de Abogados de Familia de España.
A mis hijos no los tocan, Uruguay.
Centro de Estudios Civiles desde Chile.
Centro Jurídico Tomás Moro, España.
Comunidad Apostólica Misionera Orden Religiosa Evangélica desde España.
Con participación, México.
Consejo Mexicano de la Familia de México.
Dilo bien, Zacatecas, México.
Enraizados desde España.
FADEP, Guatemala.
Familia en Alliance desde Austria.
Farmacéuticos Católicos, España.
Femina Europa desde Francia.
Foro Nacional de la Familia, Colombia.
Desde Italia, Fundación Nova Terre.
Fundación Valores y Sociedad, España.
Free Society Institute de Lituania.
Generazione Familia, Italia.
GenMat desde España.
Asociación Provida, República Checa.
Iglesia Cristiana Evangélica Centro Cristiano para las Naciones de España.
Iglesia Cuerpo de Cristo, España.
Instituto Acción Ciudadana desde Perú.
Instituto de Política Familiar, España.
Las Madres Tienen Voz desde Ecuador.
Moralnet.org, Argentina.
Movimiento Nacional por la Familia de Argentina.
Observatorio de la Cultura San Juan Pablo II, Chile.
Ojo Ciudadano de España.
Plataforma Iberoamericana Fundamentos, España.
Population Research Institute de los Estados Unidos.
Profesionales por la Ética, España.
Real Women of Canada de Canadá.
Remar, España.
Res Claritatis de la República Checa.
Resurgiendo Asociación Civil, México.
Rosario Te Quiero Provida desde Argentina.
Ser Familia, México.
Ser Mujer Asociación Civil desde México.
Unidos por la Vida, Colombia.
Unión Nacional de Padres de Familia de México.
Vida SV, El Salvador.
Estos son todos. Muchísimas gracias.
This is all of them. Thank you very much for enduring with us.
Y ya sin más, porque no queremos...
And without further ado, because we don't want to hold you back for any more time, but we would like to formally close this first International Congress on Sex, Gender and Education. We would like to thank all attendees here in the room, also people who followed us over the internet. It's been thousands of people, and we will report the specific data to you shortly. And we would like to call you to attend the next conference, and I would like to thank the wonderful team that has made this Congress possible here in Madrid. Thank you very much, everybody.